everyone! Today is obviously another Halloween video. As you can see, I look like a deer. And I am so excited for this video. I have wanted to be a deer for Halloween for so long, ever since I saw like the first YouTube video on it. And so I want to quickly just put a disclaimer out there that this is totally not made up all on my own. I want to give a little shout out to the people I got inspiration from, just in case you guys want to go watch their videos, because they are also amazing. So the first person I got inspiration was from, her name on YouTube is The Makeup Chair. And so this is the picture of it if you are looking for it. And I got some of my inspiration from her, and then I also got some from this girl. Oh, what was her name? This is what her deer looked like. I kind of mixed them together. I will try and find her name real quick. Oh gosh. Her name is Stephanie Suro. I will put the, I will just write it right here because I don't know how to say it. But huge shout out to both of them for their amazing videos. I got inspiration from both of them. However, I also got inspiration from an actual deer because I looked up deer pictures, and I kind of explained what I took from the actual deer in the video. But overall, I really love how this turned out. I think it's a super fun, easy way to make a costume. I also show you how I DIY'd these ears, and it's kind of funny because when you think about a deer, like, yeah, you know they have these ears, but a real deer, like, their ears are like the size of their face. It's ridiculous. So the bigger the better with the ears. And I also wanted to point out that I'm super in the fall spirit. I had this little setup last time, but I totally was too excited for the video. I totally forgot to mention it. But I got this little XOXO from Ross. I think it's adorable. I got this little tiny pumpkin, which is actually real. Oh my gosh, I'm like cooking it with my flame. Oh my gosh, it's like really hot. I got this at Safeway. It's a little tiny pumpkin. And then I'm burning my marshmallow pumpkin latte candle from Bath & Body Works. I just wanted to, you know, show my spirit. Like my other Halloween video, this is super easy to achieve and mostly used with products that I already own. I only had to buy a couple makeup products, and that was only because I simply wanted to. So if you guys want to see how I got this really cute deer makeup, then go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so to start off with, I used my HangoveRX primer as usual. And then I'm going to move on to my foundation. So also as usual, I'm going to use my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and this is just going to be the base for everything else. Okay, and then because deer are super contoured and stuff, we're going to make sure that we use a lighter concealer for the eyes. But since I have a couple blemishes on my chin, I'm going to quickly cover those up with my normal concealer first. Next, I'm going to take my Kat Von D, what are these called? Lock-It Concealer, and this is in the shade Whiteout, so this is an actual white concealer, but this is going to really, really brighten up under my eyes and my chin area. And then before blending it, I'm just going to make sure I have my powder ready. So this is just my Derma Blend, I believe it's just called Loose Setting Powder, yes. And this is in the translucent shade, so the white one. They also have a darker one, but we're not going to use that one today. I'm actually going to put one more layer of the white concealer underneath my eyes just to make sure that that is as bright as possible. I feel like it's not quite yet. Okay, and then before it creases, I'm just going to blend it out really fast and set each side one eye at a time. And I'm also going to set the center of my forehead and down my nose and my chin. Okay, so before we start doing all the powder area of contour, I'm going to actually do some cream contouring just to start it off. So I'm going to go in with my Naked Shapeshifter powder, and I'm going to take this darkest shade here at the bottom, and I'm just going to rub my blender, my beauty blender in there, and start carving out my cheek area a little bit. And this definitely can be harsh, like as it is, because that is one of the main points of the makeup. Okay, so that is it for our cream products, and now we're gonna move on to powders. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with using just my Wet n Wild press powder, the photo focus one. I'm going to put this all over my face, and I'm even gonna set the cream contour with this. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to powders. So I'm gonna take my, any powders will work obviously, but I'm gonna take my Lorac Pro Contour Palette, and this has a nice amount of shades in here to really get what I'm going for. So I'm gonna start off with this light contour shade. And then I'm gonna take the medium one on this Lorac brush that actually came with this palette. Okay, so next I'm going to add my highlight just because honestly we can be a glam AF here. So I'm gonna go into my favorite highlight palette. This is the Skin Twinkle Volume 2 by Tarte. And this thing is the best thing ever. I'm obsessed. I'm gonna go for the more golden tone, so I'm gonna go for this one right here, and I might mix it with this lighter one or this yellow one over here. I don't know, I'm just gonna end up mixing them all probably, but for this look, I just think a more gold look will be best. I'm gonna do my eyebrows off camera, and then I will come back to do the eyes. Okay, so my eyebrows are done, and now we're gonna focus on the eyes. And I kind of did a lot of contemplating on the eyes because I didn't want them to be too crazy because I don't feel like that's necessary at all. I feel like the simpler the better in a way. So first off, I'm gonna take this contour palette again because I feel like using the same shades that we use on our face will help tie in the entire look. So I'm gonna go in with the light contour first, this one right here, and I'm just going to run that through my crease. Also, while I'm here, we're gonna contour our nose, and I don't contour my nose ever, so this is gonna be really difficult for me, so let's do this together. I'm gonna take this light shade again on the same brush that I use on my eyes because this is nice and fluffy and blends well. So now I'm going to just take this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, and I'm going to put this onto my eyelid. Okay, and then with the same brush, I'm going to take this NYX Single Eyeshadow in the shade Whipped Cream, and I'm just going to take this and set down that milk shade. Okay, so now that we have the top lid on, I'm going to take a smaller, this is also by NYX, this is the NYX Retractable Eye Liner, and this is in the shade White. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to elongate my eye. But now we're going to go back and we're going to set it with this eyeshadow again, this little NYX one, just to make sure that it doesn't crease and get all over the place. Okay, now we're going to move on to the eyeliner. I'm going to use my trusty Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. This stuff is so long wearing, it's unreal. And I'm going to completely start drawing all the way from where this white that we added ends and bring it all the way up. And then you're gonna just connect this a little bit right on top of that white to make it more of a triangle. Okay, just like that, kind of. It looks kind of crappy because I'm trying to do this on camera, but I'm gonna go do the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. And now we're gonna take the eyeliner and we're going to start not all the way at the tip, but just right at like this area. I don't know what it's called. And now we're gonna create a eyeliner line underneath the eye. Now I'm gonna smudge some dark brown shadow underneath my eye. And by brown eyeshadow, I mean this contour shade. This is the dark shade in this palette, and I'm just going to run this right over that eyeliner. So now we're going to finish elongating our eye by using one of these contour shades. I'm gonna use the medium one, and I'm gonna use like an eyebrow brush, so an angled brush, and I'm gonna line underneath the white to connect to the black. But we're just doing it in brown so that it's not quite as harsh, and I'm just gonna try and fade it into the black pretty much. Also, I wanted to mention that I just continued this eyeliner out and brought the top, and I connected them right there. Deer, if you look at their actual eyes, they are totally shaped like this, like exactly how I just shaped it. So I will insert a picture if you guys want to see how I'm comparing it to. A lot of people will do a wing, which totally makes sense. But first of all, wings are hard for me. And second of all, deer don't actually have an eye elongated that way. So I totally wanted to keep it with the vibe of an actual deer. So I just connected them at the end right here, just how a deer would look. I'm going to pop on some lashes. I'm just going to use my normal wispy lashes. These are the just regular Wispies by Ardell. So off camera, I just added my lashes and I curled them, and I put a lot of mascara on them because I didn't want them to look too full. I just kind of wanted them to look spidery just because I feel like that looks the best. You can still see everything behind it. And now we're going to add some fake lashes to the bottom with some shadow. So I'm just going to take this little Sonia Cash, like it's like an eyebrow thing, but any black shadow will work. This is just already here. And I'm just gonna take this really thin Essence eyeliner brush, I believe is what it's called. And then I'm gonna start where my eyeliner ends kinda, and I'm just going to draw a line going outwards. And you just want to make sure that you keep the part that's closest to your lash line a little bit thicker, and then make it come to a point. And I know it kind of looks crazy right now, but when we are finished, I promise it will all come together. So now we are going to move on to the nose. We're gonna go back into this palette. This palette is our friend today, and I'm gonna go in with this medium shade. And this is gonna be like an actual harsh line. Like this isn't necessarily supposed to be blended out. So I just spent quite some time trying to contour my nose, and let me tell you, it's the hardest thing in the entire world. My nose is naturally like lopsided. I don't know if you guys ever noticed, like one of my nostrils is like a million times bigger than the other. But besides that being one of my biggest insecurities, that's how the Lord made me, and that's how I shall shine. Yeah, it was really difficult because contouring my nose kind of pretty much just emphasizes how lopsided it is. So I really hope that if you guys try this, it works a lot better on you. But for me, you know, it just is this is as good as it's gonna get pretty much. So now we are going to draw on our nose. Okay, so I drew on my black nose, and then I made sure to connect the contour to the tip of it, so now it's just like flat right there. And now I'm going to take this Lorac Pro eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to take the shade Black in here just to set my nose. You don't want to go without setting this. Okay, so now I have my nose all done like that, and I'm going to now just take that gold highlight again from this Tarte palette, and I'm going to highlight the crap out of the bridge of my nose just because I want to. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the lip area and the little line that goes right here. So what I'm gonna do for that is I'm gonna take some foundation, and I'm gonna give myself the famous foundation lips sort of thing, but only on my bottom lips. So if you look at a deer also, you will notice that they have like a top lip but not a bottom one, so that's the point of doing this. And now we're going to set it with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus. Okay, and then we're gonna do our top lip first before drawing the line. So what I'm going to use for that is I'm going to use this Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade Brooklyn. This is just a dark brown, and you want to make sure that you use a shade that's not going to transfer, because the whole point of putting the foundation on our bottom lip is that we don't have a color there. Okay, so now I have my top lip on, and we're gonna just take eyeliner that we used for our eyes, and we're gonna draw just a little bit of a line right, not connecting the nose with this, but just right above where you're like right in between your cupid's bow, if that makes sense. And then I'm just gonna take some brown eyeshadow from this little eyebrow thingy, and I'm going to set it. To do the dots, we're gonna go right back to our NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil, and this is in the shade Milk. And we're gonna start drawing dots on our face. So you can do some of them a little bit bigger than the others. I wouldn't do like huge ones and then tiny ones, but you kind of want to do them in different sizes, and don't worry about doing them in a pattern. Okay, so I'm going to again go in with my NYX little eyeshadow that is in the white shade, and I'm just going to take a rounded little crease brush, and I'm just going to pretty much set right on top of them. And now I'm going to show you how to make some really cute ears. Okay, so first I'm starting off with these little, they're actually like reindeer ears. They're sparkly, which I love because that totally makes it more like a glam look. And I got these at H&M last year during Christmas time. And if you don't have reindeer ears already, that's totally fine. Most deer don't even have these. I just think it's a cute little touch, so I'm just gonna use these ones. And then what I did is I went to Joann's and I bought some felt. So I bought some brown felt, which is dark. It definitely doesn't match this, but I like the contrast. And then I also bought some white felt to put in the inside of the ears. What you're gonna do is you're going to fold your felt in half, and then it's like this. And then I took a Sharpie and I dotted around the size that I want the ears. So I did, compared to this size of felt, I did the ears about this big. So I had a different, obviously, pair. It basically went all the way down to the bottom. I left just about an inch at the bottom. And then you're gonna cut it out so that you are left with this sort of a thing. And then you're just gonna use this one as a template for the other side. So then you'll end up with 2 ears. And then with this, you're gonna take the white felt and you're gonna add like a little piece on the inside. And then you'll take the ear and you'll open it up and you'll wrap it around the headband. And you'll want to hot glue or regular glue the rims of it. And then you'll want to hot glue the 2 sides near the base together to give it like this folding sort of look. So I'm going to do that real quick and then we will be done. All right, everyone, so that was my deer makeup. I hope you guys really enjoyed it and got something from it. And if you want to be a deer, hopefully I totally helped you out and now you're able to achieve it. And please make sure to comment down below the videos you guys want to see next for Halloween or for anything at all. And also make sure to give it a like if you enjoyed it. It really helps me out. And as always, subscribe if you have not already. It makes my heart super duper happy. Huge shout out to my best friend Maria. She helped me film this video. So, hi Maria. Yeah, with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day and I will see you in my next video. Bye!